Hi guys, this is part 0 of the series on where I got rear-ended by a tractor trailer. I decided to add a little intro. I've already done about maybe 9 or 10 videos. Anyway, probably a little bit more than that. I've done maybe a dozen videos. Sometimes I did more than one in one day. So I've been kind of on a roll, just doing a video every day. Anyway, I decided to add an intro to part 0 intro to the whole in an accident because, one, I want to put it out there that this is not to discourage anyone from, living the life, living in a van or SUV, car, whatever tent, whatever you decide. I just watched another video of someone new that I just discovered. He actually lives in a van in Australia, and very inspiring video. Actually a very good cinematic video. But anyway, and, it was nice. It's inspiring, to see the inspiring videos, and it's nice to see all the different areas, and it's nice to see that people are doing it everywhere. Not just here in the United States, but probably everywhere. Canada, England, Australia, everywhere. And of course, most of the videos I watch are in the US, but some very inspiring videos out there. And there are people that are looking to get into the life. They want to start traveling. They're retiring. Maybe they want to get into the life, whatever, van, RV, whatever. And I was in a major collision. I was sandwiched between an SUV and a tractor trailer. And so I want to put that out, I'm putting that out there, and I've done a bunch of videos just to outline all the obstacles that I've come across and how difficult it's been. But also, it's been kind of painstaking for me because it's been stressful. I've been to the doctor so much, and I've covered that in the videos. But anyway, this is the video that will go out before every other video, because after this, I'll be in my truck, and then I'll be in a borrowed vehicle, then later, hopefully something else. But anyways, and right now my truck's in the shop. So anyway, and I went over how much I spent Uber, getting 2 hours away both times. But again, this video, this is an intro to the whole series that I'm doing. And I'm not sure when I will end the series. Right now I've retained an attorney, so, I'm going to follow up and let everyone know how that goes. But as of right now, I don't know how much, how far I'm going to go. I know I'm at part 10 and a half, or part 10 and 3/4, whatever, of videos I've done. But, so I'm probably going to do 1 or 2 more, a few more, until I do something else. And I find maybe a little bit better sleeping arrangement right now. I'm not sure how that's going to work out. I did it okay. Front seat was fine, and the rest of the cars, and I'm not quite full-time. I'm not full-time yet. I am only part-time because I do live on a boat in the Outer Banks of North Carolina. But I am on the road a lot with my job, and personal as well. So I'm not quite full-time yet. When I do become full-time, I definitely want to maybe do something else. I was looking at some SUVs. That's a good step up, but I'd really like to go to a van, at least a van where I could put a bed in it, that kind of thing. Definitely newer, low miles. Anyway, and I apologize. I probably say anyway a lot, and I do repeat myself a lot, so I apologize in advance for that. I've apologized before because I do kind of repeat myself. But that said, this is not to discourage anyone from going out and living in a van or RV or a car even. I know some YouTubers post and they're actually living in cars, some because they have to, some not. But again, this is not to discourage. This is to encourage. Encourage, because I will be back with you guys just in a few minutes. Okay, I'm back again. as I was saying, this video is not to discourage people from living the van life, car camping, RV, whatever, tent, whatever, whatever you're into. This is to encourage. The whole series I've done, yes, there's a lot of obstacles I've went through. It's been stressful. It's been hectic. I do have pain after the accident. I will be hopefully next week, getting some doctor's appointments. The lawyer said I'll be getting some doctor's appointments to, start, possibly chiropractic, possibly physical therapy. Anyway, but again, this is to encourage. I don't want anyone to, look at my videos, because I posted on one of my Facebook groups about this, and there were a couple people that did seem, maybe they got a little discouraged by it, and that's not my intention. I want people to be not discouraged, but encouraged, because, I am here. I'm testament. I lived through it. I did walk away. An 18-wheeler hit my Ford Focus, and I walked away. Yes, I do have some pain. Yes, I will. There's going to be, some chiropractic involved. There's going to be doctors involved, and maybe even some physical therapy involved. But I am testament that I walked away, and I feel very, very grateful. I walked, and that's huge. The fact that I walked away from such a bad accident, that is absolutely huge. I know over 10 years ago, I walked away from a 3-car accident. I was T-boned. Found out later that she was going 65 miles an hour, and I found out later that if she had hit me going even 3 more miles over the speed limit, my car would have, the suspension of my car would have collapsed, and it would have killed me. And finding that out was, that was absolutely a very emotional time. I very much missed the car. It was brand new. I'd only had it 6 weeks. This time, I'd had my Ford Focus for years. It was one of the best cars I've ever owned. It was the most reliable car I've ever owned. And later on in some of my videos, you will see some of the, where I've talked about the other car previous to it that I was in, and another car I've driven, and you'll see some of the stuff I've been through with my vehicles. And, a lot of the issues that I had with those, and they're good, they were good cars, but not quite as reliable. And my Focus was hands down the best car I've ever owned. It was the most reliable car I've ever owned. And when I got out, when I did manage to finally, someone had to manage, I had to open my door for me because I couldn't get it open. When I finally got out and I looked at my car, I was very upset. I was very emotional, and I was very emotional for several days afterwards, because I've had that car for 13 years. It's been with me through a lot, and the best car, hands down, best car I've ever owned. And so I was very, very emotional, and I'm still a little emotional, because I do miss that car, and sometimes I think about it, and, I miss it, because there's also I know it's a vehicle, and of course cars are replaceable and all that, but there's still a time of grief. There's some grief, because I had the car for such a long time. But my ex-husband pointed out, he said, you know what, you walked away, you did get out from it. Granted, I do have some back pain, and granted, I have, I'm going to have some doctor visits and probably some therapy, but, excuse me, he pointed out that, I walked away from it, without being seriously, I could be in a wheelchair, and he pointed that out. He said, you could be in a wheelchair, you could be in a coma right now. And I have to look at the upside of it, or the positive side of it. And and as he put it, he said, the car saved your life. And, that's for a Ford Focus. It was a 2007, so it's an older one, like the old Ford Fiesta, like the little Ford Fiesta style. So that, for me, that's amazing. It's amazing that I walked away. And I just want everyone to be encouraged by that. Anyway, The other thing I wanted to add is I don't want my videos, there's going to be a lot of them, and you're going to see, and a number of the videos, you're going to see my car. And yeah, I've put that out there. It is smashed. It is bad. It's totaled. But, I don't want people to be fearful of going, you know, if this is your first time and you've never went out and you know, on the road, I don't want, you know, traveling by yourself, especially if you're a woman. I do not want, anyone to be fearful, you know, fearful you're going to have a major accident or a major breakdown or anything like that. And I've had major breakdowns. Those weren't so bad. They're not so great, but they're not that bad either. I just want people to be encouraged. And I mean, I want to show the obstacles and the stuff I've went through, but I also want people to be encouraged, not discouraged by the videos I'm putting out. And that was not, you know, and if anyone's gotten that, if anyone gets that from my videos, that's not my intention. Anyway, the other thing that I want to add, and I also did a whole length video on this one that will also go out amongst all these videos, is planning. It is very important to plan. Excuse me. You cannot wait until you have a major breakdown or a car accident, you know, where your car's totaled, or even if it's not totaled, to start planning. You know, the time to start planning is before you go out on the road. If you're already out on the road and you're not planning, you need to start planning now. You need to start saving your money. You need to have a plan in place. If something happens, what are you going to do? How are you going to replace your vehicle? Can you replace your vehicle? What can you afford to replace it with? Will you have to downsize? Because you might have to. It's kind of what I'm looking at now. Actually, I won't be downsizing, I'll be upsizing, but my Focus was very comfortable. So kind of looking at, you know, I've test driven a few and I'm just not happy with it anyways. Cause I really do want to upgrade to a van or some, you know, a bigger SUV anyway, but that's another story. I'll go over that later. I'm going to wrap this video up. This video was supposed to be a me day. I came over to my house that I don't share with my ex-husband, but we share, that has no furniture, and the furnace is out and it was cold inside. So I came out to my car and just sat and watched some YouTube videos and recorded some of my own and did some editing and did some other stuff on some other stuff online. Just waiting for the house to warm up a little bit. And I think now it's probably about warm enough. I'm getting hungry, and I'm just going to go in, tough it out, take my shower so I can get going and I can get something to eat. So anyway, to wrap up, be positive. Don't be discouraged. Be encouraged. And try not to attract, don't worry. Try not to worry. Don't worry about these things. Don't be fearful. You probably don't want to be like I was when I started out and be completely fearless. That's probably not a good thing. I've lived through it. I'm testament that I lived through my fearless period, but it's probably not smart to be fearless. But it's also not good to be completely fearful. That's not good either. You don't want your imagination to run wild. Just be encouraged. Don't be discouraged. Be positive. Plan. Don't attract negativity. Just do your best to live the best life you can. And if you're living this life, then live it the best you can. And with that, I will say good day, good night. If you're watching, thank you for watching. God bless. A short video of my little car, my little Ford Focus that was completely totaled in the accident when I was rear-ended by a tractor trailer. Just to let you know, before the whole video series starts, a guy in the SUV, he stopped in the middle of the interstate, literally in the middle of the interstate in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I managed to come to a full stop, but the tractor trailer behind me could not, and he rammed into me, pushing me into the SUV. Anyway, the car looks bad. It is bad. It was a hard hit. I do have back pain, and I've talked about this already. hopefully, you know, I'll get some I'm going to get some chiropractic treatment and maybe some physical therapy. Just waiting on a call from the doctor, you know, the doctors and the, anyway, and I've retained an attorney. So anyway, since I'm kicking this series off, and I've done so far about 11, no, probably about a dozen videos, of the whole process. Anyway, here's a little, video or slideshow of the car. And I include that in almost every video, except for the last 2 or 3. I stopped doing it because I just don't see the point. Anyway, this was, to wrap up, this was part 0 of the video series after the accident. And there's going to be quite a few videos. So anyway, if you're watching, or you have watched, or you will watch, because this is going to be the first video. If you've watched any of my other videos, thank you very much. And I'm gonna end for now, and just be positive. Don't be negative. Be encouraged, not discouraged. Again, positive thinking, positive vibes. Anyway, have a good day, good night, whatever, and, you know, good weekend. Today's Sunday for me. Anyway, with that, I'm going to end. God bless.